It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Christopher Leonard Spencer, age 28, of Decatur, Georgia, was a known gang member of the Rolling 20 Crips, tied to 5 killings in the metro Atlanta area, including Bridget Seal, the teen who was found dead in 2016. According to the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office, the 20 Crips started in California and spread to Atlanta. They found home in an apartment complex on Pine Tree Circle off of Covington Highway. Longtime members Christopher Spencer went by Crisco, and Vernon Beeman, who went by Vito Corleone, who was a couple of years older than Spencer, both lived at the apartment complex on Pine Tree Circle. Spencer's alleged crime spans over 3 counties and has left 5 families without their loved ones. On May 30th, 2016, Bridget, age 19, was seen with Spencer and another man at a gas station 2 miles away from the gang house. On May 31st, 2016, she was found dead, shot in the head naked in Atlanta's Oakland City Park. I did do a video about Bridget Seal. I will link it in the description box below, and also at the end of this video, it'll be a link to it as well, so you can check out that video for more information on Bridget. On October 22nd, 2016, the Brown family had just moved into their home on Libby Lane about 3 months prior to. The parents were reportedly socializing at another location at the time of the incident. At about 5 a.m., a crew of gang members broke into the home looking for DeAndre Mitchell, a teen from Tennessee who's stolen guns from the DeKalb County apartment complex. Davion Coates, age 15, and Tatiana Coates, age 11, were inside their homes asleep with other children when the suspects entered the home and fatally shot them both. Spencer was indicted in these charges along with 10 other suspects, all reported gang members, in 2016. During a press conference, Clayton County Police Chief Kevin Roberts said the juvenile, which he's referring to DeAndre Mitchell, had stolen guns from several gang members in DeKalb County. In retaliation, the gang members came into the home and looking for Mr. Mitchell and fatally shot Davion and Tatiana. The police were able to gain information about the case when Mitchell was involved in a drive-by shooting in Chattanooga, Tennessee. A gun was dropped at that scene, and after months of investigation, the police were able to link that gun dropped in Chattanooga, Tennessee to the shooting at Libby Lane. Chief Roberts said nearly 18 months of investigation included 50 interviews with people in Atlanta and Tennessee, and he was elated about the progress towards serving justice for the Brown family. On October 24th, 2016, Christopher Spencer and Vernon Beeman had abducted, robbed, bound, and shot a couple in Stone Mountain by the name of Samuel White Jr., who went by Sam. He was 54 years old, and his fiancee, Sylvia Watson, who was 57. Sam White was a surgical technician at Northside Hospital, and Sylvia Watson worked at a warehouse, who was adored by her coworkers. Lamont Walker was a friend of over 50 years to Sam White and a roommate to both Sam and Sylvia. Unfortunately, found the bodies when he arrived home. At first, Lamont didn't know what he was looking at when he first saw the bodies. He assumed it was just something laying on the floor outside the door of Sam and Sylvia's bedroom. When he got closer, he realized it was his roommates and they had been tied up on the floor with their hands and feet bound behind their backs and were shot in the back of the head. The police searched the gang house on Pine Tree Circle and arrested Christopher Spencer on gun and drug charges. Detective McQuillan watched security footage from Sam's apartment complex when he saw Sylvia Watson had been kidnapped by two men after she returned home from a doctor's appointment. They took her from ATM to ATM getting cash. Bank surveillance and video footage shows her face, and she looks absolutely terrified. Detective McQuillan was able to capture a clear picture of one of the killer's faces from the security footage. He sent a picture around to the department to see if anyone knew who the suspect was, and one of the police officers who assisted in the gang house search recognized the picture of Christopher Spencer. Christopher Spencer and Vernon Beeman were soon charged with murder in the deaths of Sam and Sylvia. DeKalb County Prosecutor Lance Cross said he realized why Sam and Sylvia had to die. Spencer and Beeman were desperate to leave the town after the Liberty Lane murders, so they decided to rob a couple to get the money to leave town. Apparently, the couple had been overheard on their back deck of where they lived about money they were getting from a settlement because of an accident that Sam White had. Once that had hit the street, Prosecutor Cross said it somehow snowballed into it was so much money left in the house. And this was overheard by Spencer and Beeman. In reality, the couple didn't even have enough money for them to escape to go anywhere to get out of town. Both men were sentenced to life without parole. Spencer got an extra 30 years and Beeman received an extra 25 years in Macon State Prison. 11 people total have been charged in the 2016 Clayton County Libby Lane killing of 2 children, 9 of which are facing murder charges. It only took 21 minutes for the alleged gang members to be found guilty on 43 counts, including murder in connection with the 2016 Libby Lane killings. As of May 5th, 2020, Spencer has appealed his convictions and sentencing, but Atlanta's High Court upheld both